Sugar is everywhere in our modern diet. It's almost impossible to avoid it. It's in obvious culprits like candy and cake, which are often the first things that come to mind when we think of sugar. But it also hides in less obvious places like yogurt and bread. Many people are unaware of just how much sugar is added to these everyday items. This constant exposure to sugar has a profound impact on our brains. It affects our mood, our energy levels, and even our ability to think clearly. Our taste buds light up when we encounter sweetness, sending a signal straight to the reward center of our brains. This reaction is almost instantaneous. This reward system is designed to make us seek out things necessary for survival, like food and water. It's an ancient mechanism that has helped humans thrive for millennia. However, sugar hijacks this ancient mechanism, providing a burst of pleasure that has little to do with actual nutritional needs. This can create a cycle of craving and consumption. This can lead to excessive consumption and a range of health problems. From obesity to diabetes, the impact of sugar on our health is far-reaching and often underestimated. Our brains are wired to seek pleasure and avoid pain. This fundamental principle drives much of our behavior, influencing our choices and actions on a daily basis. This is where the reward pathway comes in. It's a complex network of neurons that reinforces behaviors by releasing feel-good chemicals. This intricate system of neurons uses dopamine as its currency. Dopamine is often referred to as the pleasure molecule because of its role in creating feelings of happiness and satisfaction. When we experience something pleasurable, like eating a sugary treat, dopamine is released. This release signals to our brain that the activity is worth repeating. This creates a feeling of satisfaction and encourages us to repeat the behavior. It's a natural reward system designed to promote survival and well-being. Over time, however, the brain can become desensitized to this dopamine rush. The more we indulge, the less responsive our brain becomes to the same stimuli. We need more and more sugar to achieve the same level of pleasure. This escalating need can lead to overconsumption and unhealthy habits. This is how tolerance develops, and it's a hallmark of addiction. The brain's reward system becomes less effective, requiring higher doses to achieve the same effect. The more sugar we consume, the less effective it becomes at activating our reward system. This diminishing return can lead to a cycle of craving and consumption, making it difficult to break free from the sweet seduction. Dopamine is often referred to as the feel-good neurotransmitter. It's a chemical messenger that plays a significant role in how we feel pleasure. It plays a crucial role in motivation, reward, and addiction. When dopamine is released in large amounts, it creates feelings of pleasure and reward, which motivates us to repeat a specific behavior. When we consume sugar, our brains are flooded with dopamine, creating a powerful association between sugar and pleasure. This surge of dopamine reinforces the behavior, making us want to consume more sugar. This is why we often crave sugary foods, even when we're not hungry. The brain remembers the pleasure and seeks to recreate it. This dopamine-driven craving can be incredibly difficult to resist. The more we give in to these cravings, the stronger they become. Our brains are constantly seeking out that next dopamine hit. This relentless pursuit can dominate our thoughts and behaviors. This can lead to a vicious cycle of cravings, consumption, and further desensitization. Over time, we may need more sugar to achieve the same dopamine response. Breaking free from this cycle requires understanding the powerful role that dopamine plays in sugar addiction. By recognizing this, we can take steps to manage our cravings and make healthier choices. While sugar may not be as addictive as some drugs, it shares striking similarities. Both sugar and addictive substances activate the same reward pathways in the brain. They both lead to cravings, tolerance, and withdrawal symptoms. This is why it's so challenging to moderate sugar intake. The good news is that we can retrain our brains to crave healthier rewards. By making gradual changes to our diets and incorporating regular exercise, we can reduce our dependence on sugar. It's about breaking free from the cycle of cravings and reclaiming control over our health.